Time for another box talk. I have been out of pocket, as it were, for a couple weeks. Had vacation, was sick. I was prepping for vacation, and so here we are. I have a massive pile of books to go over. Some of these aren't actual Kickstarter rewards. Some of these are Instagram giveaways that I just wanted to show off because they're freaking rad. I got some band merch in here that I want to show off, and I got a book that I'm excited to get into that might make sense for like two people. And that's totally okay. But first, let's do a temp check. How's everybody feeling? Are you sick? Are you alive and well? This is a hoppy tea, non-alcoholic, because, you know, still getting over bronchitis. So that's why we're at 8:30 instead of 9 Eastern time, because I want to get to bed sooner than later, but also I want to start this because I want to get back into some sort of semblance of normalcy, and that is sharing and talking about rad comics with you, subscribers and followers and random people of the internet. So here we are. Cheers to you. All right. So, first, things that I've already opened. I won a couple giveaways on Instagram, I think. The first one, I got these two zines of Jenny's show. Now, you're going to have to forgive me because I didn't do my pre-work like I should have. I just hit go live. If I was better, I would have written down who I won these from. Junkercomics.com. There we go. There it is. Junkercomics.com is where you can go to find more of Jenny's show. These are the first 14 episodes in these two little zines here. So excited to read the full 14 there. I also, and this one blew me away, got a massive stack of a giveaway from someone on Instagram as well. It's going to be a lot of table surface shuffling in this episode. But these all came from a sick, rad human being by the name of Adam. There's a good, readable Adam Yeater is his name. And I just was freaking blown away. Honestly, like I entered because I think I saw the contest happening shared on another story. And I was like, whoa, what are those? It looks like alt comics with an X. Also, for a quick sidebar, what delineates comics from comics with an X? And do I think by the simple fact of me asking, if there's a difference, does that prove that I'm overthinking it? Is comics with an X automatically like alternative press realm? Or can comics with the CS also be as alternative as comics with an X? Think about it. Come back to me before this time next week. Send me a 1,000-word write-up on it, and we'll figure it out together. We'll do research, and that's my research is asking you because I don't know. So I need answers, and if you have answers, I would love to hear them. What's the difference between comics CS and comics X? That's it. So, Hourglass Comics with CS was a game store in Washington. Okay, all right. So? That's why you went with the X then. What about like? I don't know. I feel like I see comics with the X in a lot of like. These are comics with an X, right? Because they're alternative and stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. I don't know where I'm. Blood Desert Annual. This is a beefy book, man. Real excited to read all of these because we had vacation and then got back from vacation, and now I'm just getting settled. The house is still in disarray because of all of the sickness and nonsense. So, Nerd Crusher, my kind of looking dude. Although I was the nerd, so I don't Here's another Blood Desert Annual. This is like the primary title here. They've got a couple standalones. These are the magazine size. Super about all of this. One Last Day. One-page stories of one poor sap's proverbial last day. So that's right. And then this cover just freaking rips. Blaspheme. So, and then there's some like stickers and smaller stuff back here too. I have so much to unpack that I'm not going to unpack those right now and show you those. You'll just have to get in touch with Adam yourself. He's over on Instagram. Search Adam Yeater. Here's his name again. Search him, find him. He's always posting cool stuff on his profile. Aliens. So yeah, that was another. Those that all came from one dude in one package of a giveaway. So that's my kind of giveaway. And then other non-comic booky things. Get my trusty knife. There we go. So this book is one that assuming I shouldn't even speak yet. I don't know if this is the right book. I think I know what this is. Yeah, okay. So this book here is a collection of it's called Dawnland, and I don't need you. Aval, freaking awesome watercolor cover. Got the bison on the back. This is a collection of Native American stories and adaptation. Oh shit! It was published by First Second. It's what? Get out of here! I thought it was a novel. It's a graphic novel, but it is. It's a Native American story by a Native American author, and so I had to support Native. Even more excited to read this now. I thought this was prose, and it's a graphic novel, which is even better for me. So, just excited to read more Native voices as they tell it. That's the key there. Speaking of Native voices, you're going to notice a trend, at least for now. This next package comes from my top band on Spotify of 2025. Also, just a crazy, rad group of humans making super badass music that they call powwow punk rock. It's 1876, and they did an homage to one of my favorite albums of all time, Rancid's and Out Come the Wolves, except it's their powwow drummer with the kick drum. And it says, and out come the Indians. Scan that QR code or screenshot it and then scan it later. Because 1876 just makes some of the best damn punk rock music, period. They put out 4 EPs that are all called Powwow Punk Rock. There's the shirt. But it's Powwow Punk Rock, like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1876 and Barricade Brigade are going to be doing a little hanging out. So keep your eyes peeled and don't be the last in you can't say I didn't tell you, because I love their music, and we have already talked to Mr. Steal Your Girl Some Horses. And then this is the battle flag handkerchief as well. But we've already been talking to them about like, hey, love your music. Here's our comic. I also have indigenous heritage that I am trying to tap into and learn more about, and you know, represent uh, as best I can. And you're doing the same, telling your stories through your history of the Blackfeet tribe. And so, like, let's do some punk rock stuff together, yeah? And they're super on board. This is the first time announcing anywhere. I don't know if that's too soon, but here we are. They're not the only band that we have talked to about, hey, we want to do something with like having your band in our comic. And so I'm real excited. It's perfect time. It makes sense to have the announcement be that 1876 is going to be in chapter 1 of Barricade Brigade coming this summer to Kickstarter. Super stoked. Super stoked. But I had to get the shirt, and it's awesome that he threw in the stickers, and the the handkerchief is just too, like, the teal on the black just pops. Hits all the right notes for me. So there's my non. I actually don't know what 2 of these are. So maybe it's not the end of things. Um, as I open this, how are things? Uh, V, how's you still showing up to work? I hope that's not bad taste. That's not at all how I meant it. Um, to make light of a really shitty situation. That's how I cope, is I have to laugh at things. And so I think that you won't take that personal, or that that's me being an asshole, because I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I'm gonna try. That's hello. Again, uh, if I was better prepared, I would have probably pre-cut all of these. Um, but I didn't. Oh, is this? Wait, is this sync? This is sync. Cool, great, great, great. I figured you would get it. So I don't know if you know of Comics Tribe. Again, here's comics with the X. See, like what? It's gonna be a theme, I guess. Also, this printing this like an image and a QR code for your next Kickstarter and using it to seal your comics mailer, genius. I think it's John Wells, Comics Tribe guy. Genius. And if it's not, I don't know who you are, John Wells, but you're probably a genius too. But whoever thought of this, super smart, because I have to see it. It gives me something to look at, and it looks like it's thermal. So you can probably print off a bajillion of these in like little to no time at all. And it doesn't use any ink because it's thermal. So taking a mental note. Yeah, that's just a 4x6 mailing. It's the same size as the. So damn smart. Sorry, it doesn't take much for me. And that's good. It should be that way. So this is their Halloween special, which that I think is all John Lee's post-punk, been on the show, and Alex Cormack, maybe soon. With their ongoing freaking best horror series, like period. It just is. Sync is incredible. If you're not reading Sync and you love horror comics, you're doing horror comics wrong. you, it's so good. But for Halloween, because it's a spooky Halloween special, they did these Halloween special swag bags. And so it's got the printed Sync Halloween special with Mr. Fox mask and the knife. And then inside the bag are free goodies that everybody got because so many people backed it. So we've got trading cards in here. Oh, look at Craig. He's so happy. Happy little clown with 6 teeth. The Tatty Boggle is the card on the back. Again, I don't, even if I go through things as I am, I'm still going to be here for 6 hours. So What else is in here? Ooh, got a magnet, Mr. Dig. We've got a sticker sheet and got some sweet black and white prints. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. So, um, yeah, stickers, trading cards, magnet, prints, all in this handy dandy little gift bag. So clever. Those Comics Tribe people, so clever. I think that yeah, this cover glows in the dark. I can see the UV treatment on it, which is cool. So I didn't get the radish or whatever turnip and carve it, but I guess that's a thing in Scotland is that they carve turnips instead of pumpkins. Um, yeah. So I'm going in reverse order when I receive these, but no one's going to know until I just told you or you backed similar books. It's been a while since I did unbox it, so I've had a lot going on, guys. There's a lot happening. And it's almost all good stuff. This came all the way from Germany, from post punk pal Fred Friedrich Werner. Seconds to Midnight. I'm real excited to read this. His pulpy, I'm sure if you have looked at any horror comics on Kickstarter recently, it probably features a cover from Fred because dude is just like, I don't know anybody else that nails this style and aesthetic as much as or as effectively as him. So a little poster, there's a little mini the art of pulp mares. Thanks, dude. And then this is where you get a hold of Friedrich. He said I could call him Fred, so I call him Fred. But there's all the things for Fred. Go support the man. He's making some badass horror art. And seriously, like if anything within you likes horror, Fred. You should be talking to Fred. He also was on the book with nope, it's all gone. He was also on another, I can see, Staff Box with Ian Mondrick. And they launched that on my show. But yeah, super good dude, makes killer art. Like if I had all the money, if I had all the money, Fred is on the short list of people that I would say, hey, I'm going to give you whatever your rates are to make a book with because I love your work. If I had though, I don't, so I can't do that. But if I did have all the money, Fred's one of the people that I would hire immediately. No question, no hesitation. Like, hey, I'm going to give you $10,000 to make five comic books or 5 comic shorts because they'd be shorts. Who are you hiring today? Fred Horan. His name comes right to mind. There's a couple others, but we're gushing on Fred right now, so let's just keep gushing on Fred. Uh, Vaughn, props to you, man, because you're still showing up when everything sucks, and they're like literally dismantling everything around you. I know you're gonna land on your feet, and they're gonna bounce back and be a baller and a badass. Uh, but props to you for still showing up because that would be a hard pill to swallow. And I don't know that I would do the same in your shoes. So good on you, man. I don't know what this book is. Oh, just kidding. Yes, I do. Well, now I do because I saw it. Not cheating. So coming from the House of Gib in Orange Cone Productions. I I don't know if I specified. Holiday Spirits, Christmas in July. I love this series. It's an anthology of horror comics, all from the darker side of the holidays. Bunch of different styles, super pulpy, super punchy, all up in the feels. Uh, it's become a tradition that every December time I read one of these volumes of Holiday Spirits. And so now I have a new one to read this year. And I think they just they just had the Monsters Only one, and I backed that, and I think I also added on volume 1 because I only have that digital, because I got into it volume 2 when it was physical. And so I have 2 and 3, and now Christmas in July, and then the Monster Special, and now I'll be adding on the first physical as well, so that I've got that one. It's just good shit, man. Like, they're just good comics. I have no idea what this is. No idea. So let's find out, shall we? In other news, as I'm opening this, CHK Comics. Have you heard of us? We're making comics, putting together an anthology. I'm just going to keep cutting as I do this because this spiel will take long enough that I can do this at the same time. We have an anthology that's going to be coming to Kickstarter soon. We're planning on launching in March. The very first CHK Comics anthology focusing on including new voices in the comics space. So we've got a whole bunch of new creative teams or single creators that are do it all wizards, and we've got a Discord going. We're seeing progress pictures come in. We're seeing screenshots. We're seeing screen recordings of like process of covers being made. We're gonna have 3 different covers for the anthology. It is called AHA. CHK presents AHA. It's an acronym because we're really clever at CHK, and it's an acronym for a horror anthology. Huh? AHA. Get it? Now you remember it because we were like, yeah, we want to do a horror anthology. Why don't we just call it a horror anthology? Well, that's dumb. What's more clever than just calling it what it is? Making an acronym of what it is and then calling it that. And so that's what we did. Um, if if you want to see some snippets and BTS stuff as we lead up to it, we set up a CHK Instagram and Threads account. And so you can search CHK Comics on Instagram or Threads, or just search it on Instagram and then find us on Threads that way. We also have set up a CHK Comics Substack where the newsletter, we're only going to send them out occasionally. Like, it's not going to be like I send out actual newsletter posts quarterly. And then I do these almost weekly, and then whatever notes or whatever they call them, like more frequently than that. But CHK isn't good. We're not going to blow you up for the sake of blowing you up. We are going to naturally be blasting out links and how to get connected with the creative team that we've put together. Not to toot our own horns, but I'm going to toot our own horns. We've got a stellar freaking group. Like, we have some really awesome creators. I'm really excited about the variety of horror that we're including in the book. I'm going to save all of the good juicy bits for later, and I'm gonna leave you just give me more. No. Find CHK Comics here on Substack. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Threads. Subscribe to us. Follow us because you're not going to want to miss what we have coming and what we're teasing and showing. And you're gonna want to be one of the comic hipsters that can say, "Oh, I was reading that person when they were a part of Aha." You're gonna want to be that person because there's some really awesome stories that we're putting into this book. And like just seeing some of the like really roughs of some of the pages so far for people. I finished my script driving through the mountains of Tennessee as we were going down to vacation to Florida. And that was the right inspiration I needed to write my story. And so uh, that is where I finished my fully scripted thing and got that all dropped over to my artist. So I'm real excited, and you should be too. And I don't want to talk about any more of it because I'm going to spoil all of it, and I want to have some of the bigger reveals for when we start doing podcasts and show appearances and making all the announcements on possibly even bigger outlets than that. So big stuff is in the works at CHK. All that to say, I know you find and follow and subscribe to me here, but like go find CHK and follow and subscribe to us there. Because that's only going to be CHK related stuff. We're only going to be posting about comics that are coming from CHK. And Aha is the first, is not the last, is not the only. Plus we've got Barricade Brigade. Plus we got some other stuff that we've been kicking around too. We've been busy punks already in 2026. So that's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's find out what's in the black box, huh? Oh, yeah, dude. Sick. Okay. So, do you remember that time last year when I had Rob Pilkington on? Here's his book. Slight Return is what we talked about. It's got the dope ass guitar pick in there. I know another comic that came with the dope ass guitar pick. It was ours. We did that too. I didn't know he was doing that though. Sick. And then little unboxing ASMR for you. That's it. I'm gonna quit my job and go straight into ASMR. Only with that paid. Let me know in the comments if you think I have a chance. This shirt was too freaking rad to not get. And so I want to make sure you can see the whole. There we go. Ta-da! Come on. Repo Baby, the skull, with the broken jaw and the knife. Just, ah, stoked. Rob Pilkington, Heather Vaughn, The Devil You Don't Know. Hell yeah. And it's square bound, which I'm a sucker for. Odyssey Comics is where you can get your own. Can you see that? odysseycomics.com. Mature readers. Or immature readers. Really excited though. I didn't realize I was getting 2 shirts tonight. Okay. I would say that that's the last time I'm ever going to do that, but I might get the impulse to do it again. I don't know. It's 2026. New year, new you? What's this? Aw, shiz. All right. Okay. Okay. Me trying to figure out what the hell. All right. So from Knoxville, Tennessee, we have Gasp. Okay, Gasp. And then we've got another Gasp. And there's some stickers in here, and there's a bookmark. And then we've got from Resolute Bliss Publishing, Brides. About, the Vampire Brides. Yeah. It all ties together. I remember seeing the covers and just being like, that's awesome. That looks like horror comics I want to read. And they happened to actually be in my price range for catch-up tiers. I do wish, being this thick, look at that beefy boy. I mean, you can see through that. Not so. I don't know if you could see. I could see through. I do wish that it was square bound, but I get that the saddle stitch is more cost effective than square bound books to produce, but I do wish it was square bound. But I'm also a sucker for square bound comics. But yeah, dude, these covers freaking rip. So, and at least I can't remember if Gasp is as well, but like these are all the Bride's book is full color. So I would imagine that Gasp is as well. I had no idea that this is what these were. So, or else I would have more information for you. But I don't have any information for you at all. So Resolute Bliss Publishing, or just, look up Gasp, and they should come up. I'm so sorry. My brain is quickly shutting down. We got 2 more boxes to go. This is insane. This is like Christmas all over again. I love unboxing. Unboxing Day. It's like the opposite of that Canadian holiday. Oh, shit, yeah. So, no offense to all of my Canadian pals. So there's this creator that I've been really fond of, who just makes really awesome comics, and the 7 Years of Darkness books that are like the digest size, like matte finish. Everything about them is great. I want all of them in the digest size as trades so that I can get them all and they'll look amazing on my shelf together. But Joseph Schmalk, or Joe Schmalk, as I have come to know that he goes by his friends. I haven't actually talked to him, so Joseph Schmalk. But this beefy book here, Murder Hobo, Murder Hobos, no, singular, Murder Hobo. Yeah, there we go. Like I saw the cover and I saw his name attached to it. It's from Midnight Factory, which is his comic imprint. And I was like, that's going to be mine. I need that. I love that this also is in the digest size. It validates the choice that Kay and I have made with keeping all of our CHK books digest size. Everything we do is going to be digest size. Because I like the size a lot. And maybe that's why I'm a little partial to these, but like his artwork is rad and his storytelling is groovy, and it's got a bunch of different artists in this one, and this is like the complete chaotic collection. So I had to have it, I had to. And then I got some stickers that are inappropriate, so censored for your safe eye viewing. Anyway, you're gonna have to go back and freeze frame that to see it. Ow. Oh, we're having fun. We're having fun. This one, I don't know what this one is either. I know I talked about CHK, and I know I talked about Aha. And I know I told you to go subscribe to CHK on Substack and on Instagram and on Threads. But like, please do. because we're not just doing this, like, just to be very clear, we're not making money from any of this. We're doing this for the love of making comics, because in the face of a year and a handful of years that feel just awful, we want to create in spite of it, um, instead of receding away from it. And so, as part of that, and as part of our just creating comics for the love of creating comics, bringing in other creators, especially new voices in the comic space, that don't have a bajillion, don't have a page long bibliography, maybe don't even have a multi line bibliography. Um, we're trying to give opportunities to creators that weren't given to us, because we have this spite and the grit and the spit to say, we're doing it. How do we do it? I don't know. Let's figure it out. And so we're flying the plane as we're building it, or whatever saying you want to hear. But we're doing it so that other people can create and feel the joy and the burst of adrenaline and dopamines and whatever of holding in their hands the thing that they created. And if we can spread that spark to other people, maybe they can spread it to other people. And that is what we need. And so that's what we're doing. So, yes, I know it is very internet right now to say, "Ooh, follow me for more." There's no reason you should follow me. The fact that you do is insane. So thank you. But also, like, I would be doing this anyway, and I would be talking to no one. I have plenty of nights talked to no one on here, um, because I just love talking about comics. And at this point, I'm just reacting to stuff that I bought, and I'm showing off cool shit that I bought. Hey, look what I spent my money on. But like, that's fun for me. And if somebody finds something, like, if I don't know who that Joe Schwalk guy is, Midnight Factory, what? Okay. And they go and look, and somebody else gets support because of something I said. Insane. Great. That's best case scenario. Uh, Worst case, you just keep scrolling, and I don't give a shit. Go ahead. If you don't like somebody that's excited about comics, I'm not going to apologize for being excited about comics. I love this shit. I breathe this shit. I literally live in it. It's everywhere. It's all over my house. My poor wife, pray for her. But all that to say, like, yeah, bronchitis sucks, dude. I'm not saying follow CHK for CHK's sake. I'm saying follow CHK for all of the other creators that now trust in us to help put their voices out there. Right? Like, that's why I'm more willing to tell somebody, yeah, follow CHK. It's the easiest way that you're going to get we're going to be tagging everybody. We're going to be tagging everybody on all of their stuff. We're going to be championing them. We're going to be celebrating them on podcasts. We're going to be talking them up on social media posts. We're going to be sharing their work and tagging them, and just like lifting them up and reposting their stuff, because we're finding all of these incredible people that are making really cool shit. And like, it only works and people only see that stuff when we champion each other. And so, yeah, I see a lot of the same people reposting a lot of the same stuff on Instagram and whatever. Great. If that's our bubble, okay, I'll live in that bubble. That's a supportive ass bubble to be a part of. And so every time I see someone like the same name pop up again, like like Vaughn, like the Catanaut, like Chris, like God, there's too many for me to think of right now, that are just always showing up in the chat or in the reposts. Tony Nacho is so good at championing indie comics creators and also making awesome indie comics at the same time, and talking about them on a show and talking about mainstream comics on a show. So if you don't listen to Comics and Chronic and you want to find out about more comics and stuff, Comics and Chronic is where you need to go. Um, but like, people like the comic book couple couples counseling. Is that it? CBCC. The CBCC. If you search that, it'll show up. And of course, their names are blanking right now on my head, but like they're incredible people and they are making a living talking about comics. Like that's the dream. But they're also shedding a light on stories that other people might not be hearing about without their avenue. So if you have all that to say, if you have people that are doing things or making things, I'm not going to call it content because fuck that. If you, if there are people that are making stuff, whether it's physical, digital, it's tactile, it's videos, it's music, it's artwork, it's poetry. I don't care. If they're making something and you enjoy it, tell them. All this to say, like, I had somebody that told me that they liked my artwork when I was on vacation, and it just like it changed my entire day. Uh, because I am always the first to tell you, like, I don't see myself as an artist. It's an identity thing. I'm still working through it. Thanks in large part to Kay. But like this person, this complete stranger thought that I was an artist because I was sitting by the pool, like just drawing in my sketchbook. And I just said a lot of things that sound artisty, sketchbook, drawing, sitting by a pool and drawing. Yeah, that's what I was doing because my wife was sick in the hotel room. But she came over and was like complimentary of the artwork. And we just talked about comics. And her dad sells comics at a lot of the local Orlando Comic Cons and stuff like that. And she was like, "You just look like somebody that he had a picture with." And I didn't know if it was in you're doing the thing. And yet I was wearing like my Read Indie Comics shirt from Brandon DePillis with his drip logo guy with the spray paint. It's like bright pink, very obnoxious, and I love it. And uh, she was like, you just had the look of the thing." And I was like, "Well, thank you. I understand everything that you're saying, but that wasn't me. But the fact that you thought that I was an artist is pretty freaking cool." And she was like, "Yeah, and like the haunted hat box ghost, like that's awesome." And I was like, "This thing? That thank you. Yeah." So I finished it and gave it to her. And like the genuine just like, "Thank you so much." Just like made my day. So, just make art and then share it. Like art is made to be shared. So make it and share it. And if you can, lift other people up and help them share their art or encourage them because you might be the one person that says something that finally gets through to that person that then their whole thinking shifts. You have no idea. So why not try it? Yeah. Okay. All right. All that to say, find CHK so that you can then be introduced to all these creators that we're working with. The last book, I don't know what this is. Okay. All right. Hey, this is a big old beefy book. Big old beefy book. My favorite kind. Behind the Horror and Death. Oh, hell yes. Um, so it's no lie. I love Nosferatu. And so when I saw that this was on Zoop, uh, I had to have it. Yeah, there it is. Come on. From Invader Comics. Come on. Oh, dude, you discovered Vane? I'm still, listen, I am still anxiously awaiting my copy of the Vane number 2. Am I? Shit, did that already come? Vane number 3. 2 and 3? I need to go back and look at my box. I know I have Vane 1. Did we get 2 and 3? Did I read them already? Are they on my shelf? I don't know. But yeah, David the Cunt. Great dude. Great dude. And along with Nosferatu, this is the letter from the movie, like the OG 1922. I'm stoked. I at one point, in a not too far away October, was thinking I would love to get symbols or something from this tattooed on me because I'm such a horror nerd and I love Nosferatu and I love horror movies. And like this movie is the one that really kind of pushed me into like all of my annual horror lists and watching all the things. I just, because of the symbology, I don't want to get something tattooed on me that I don't know what it actually means. So I want to make sure first. But, some research needs to go into that. But Behind the Horror and Death, Nosferatu, written and drawn by Marco Fontanilli. Dude, I'm stoked. It's like a full novel with full pictures in here too. I mean, come on. This is so awesome. Ooh. Ah. I forgot I backed this. It's the beauty of crowdfunding. Sometimes you forget. This is one I forgot. But here it is. I'm really glad it's here. And listen, I don't need a succubus summoning tattoo. I don't need that. That's not going to be good for anybody. No, a reel came up of a bunch of dumb white people with the Chinese characters, and it was um, a lady reading them and like pronouncing them and everything, and then giving the English translation of like going nowhere, like stinky breath. This means nothing. This is nonsense. And I was just like, oh man, I can't believe people actually like, how do you not do your research before you permanently mark your body? What are you doing? But, yeah, like this, just, I want something that means, strength of warrior and fierce like rhino. And then they put their regular order at the Chinese Inn of like pork fried rice. And that's what they, oh, I got you. Yeah. And then there you go. Oh, sick. And then they realize that they can just show up at the restaurant and be like, I'll take one. Yeah. Could you imagine that's how you order? Just walk up. Oh, do the thing. All the chefs in the background just laughing at you because you have pork fried rice tattooed on your arm. Amazing. That would be amazing. Oh, it's the guy. It's the guy. Do the thing. Do I have to do the thing? You know what I'm getting? Yeah, you got to do the thing. Mikey hasn't seen it yet. Hey, Mikey, come here. You got to see this. This guy's got a great trick. I know I'm beating this bit to death, but it's hysterical to me. But Mikey, come here. Come here. You got to see this guy. He does the thing. He's great. He's a top customer. He's in here every week. He orders the same thing every time. He can't change it. Why can't you change it? Well, Mikey, you just got to see how he orders it. Dude, go ahead, man. Do the thing. Oh shit! Is that pork fried rice? Oh shit! I told you you had to see it, Mikey. All right, get back there and make it. All right, man. It's the total 995. Amazing. It feels so good. Oh man. Remember that time I got really sick on a live stream? Ah. All right, not much longer because that's my sign that I gotta be wrapping things up. So I had a couple scheduling changes. Um, I was gonna have Maddie Lee on this past Sunday, but bronchitis, and I couldn't talk at all at that point. So we're gonna reschedule. I'm gonna make a special time with Maddie to get her back and her creative partner back on, so that we can talk about their comic. They're in Australia, so the timing is that like 16-hour difference. It's weird. It's harder with Australians. So we got to figure something out there. And then this Sunday, I don't know if everyone lives under comic books or just me, but the Super Bowl is this Sunday. And, like, this is genuine. I'm not being like a, "Ooh, the Super Bowl?" Genuinely, I had no idea that it was this Sunday. Um, I had Jay Donahue scheduled to come on the show at 5. Turns out he was like, hey, so I was informed that we have Super Bowl plans on Sunday and that the Super Bowl is on Sunday." And I was like, "Ah, shit, it is, isn't it? Are we scheduled to go on during the Super Bowl?" He was like, "Basically, yeah." So we're figuring out if, like, if I can get him on earlier on Sunday, if he's going to join me on here, on at some point that works for him, because he's getting ready to launch the next issue of Morsels Presents, and I am very excited about it. I've read it. He's actually been incredibly gracious with me and shared his whole process. I read the script, I saw pencils, turned into inks, and then final pages, and then read the whole thing. And I'm real excited for everything that he's got coming out this year. I think it's going to be really just good, spooky comics. And um, Jay and I still need to beat K and V in meeting up together. Um, I don't know if it's going to happen, but we haven't forgotten about that bet, and so we're going to do what we can. Um, but anyway, Jay's going to be coming on at some point soon, and then we had to reschedule. God, all of like 3 weeks in a row of just I can't even look at this anymore. It's all inaccurate. My 15th guest we had to shift as well, so that's different now. And I don't remember who's in there now. I'm booked through April also, apparently, which is wildly ridiculous to me. But I guess that's what happens when I drop to one day a month or a week. One day a week. It's one day. It's just Sundays. Sundays every Sunday, unless I'm sick or it's the Super Bowl or whatever. Uh, should be one day a week. Should. And then there might be some people popping in here with me as well. Mostly returners. Then I'm like, yeah, just come on the live stream. Let's just come hang out. And like, yeah, okay. So I haven't locked in any dates with any of those people, but I've got 3 of them that we're talking to as well. And so you might start seeing me be joined by folks here on Box Talk. Again, hope you don't mind. I like having people on. And then I was hoping Kay would be here, but he's not. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When we get the CHK Substack going proper, um, I fully intend on doing video updates like this. They might be live. They'll probably be tighter. They won't be as loose and wispy and ridiculous as this is. Um, but those will be more planned and more thought out ahead of time instead of like, just hit go and see what falls out of my face like this usually is. Um, but I'll probably be doing videos up there. I don't know if Kay is going to do, my thought was have him do written articles and me do video updates, whatever. Um, but I gotta talk to him about that unless he watches this before I talk to him. And then in which case, if you're watching this right now, okay, text me. Except not Wednesday night, because I'm going to bed immediately after I hit end, because I think my wife is waiting on me to stop talking so that she can actually fall asleep. So that's my sign. I have a podcast Sunday to launch. Yeah, you do. Zara and Jean is launching. Does it launch on Sunday? Comics with an X.1. See, there it is. Full circle. Full circle. I'm so glad we got to bring that all the way around. Comics.1. I don't know if you've heard of it. It is a indie comic focused platform built by people that love indie comics. They're not getting paid to do this. It started as why doesn't this exist yet? I don't know. Let's make it. Okay. And so they made it. And it benefits the indie creators. It is a digital space. You can buy PDFs that download automatically into your library on the Comics.1 app. They are starting a um, crowdfunding source as well as an alternative to Kickstarter, which I really like having options. Um, and Zara and Jean from Hourglass Comics with an X, and our wonderful pal V is launching on Sunday on Comics.one. So when the commercials suck and the game is terrible and who cares about the halftime show, I don't even, that's shit, that's Bad Bunny, right? I shouldn't say anything bad, but I'm actually excited for Bad Bunny to be on the halftime show because he told the NFL. So, no, I'm not going to sing my music in your language. It's my music and I'm singing it in my language. I love it. Immediately got a pop for me. I was like, all right, Bad Bunny, I'm in. Uh, you had me when you dressed like the Shield and you came out in WrestleMania 2 years ago and you did a moonsault and went bananas. You had me then. This just cemented you as one of my favorite musicians that I never listened to. It's not my style. That's fine. It doesn't have to be. He's the top streamed musician on the planet. And I'm not just making that up. That's real. So I'm excited. I'm glad that he said F you to the NFL. I wish more people did. But yeah, I don't care about the game. I don't even know who's in it. I don't care. I don't care. It's all scripted. They say pro wrestling is fake. Every sport is. Everything is scripted. Because everything is wrestling, if you ask me. So anyway, if you need something to do to spend your money on that's not a giant money hungry corporation like Doritos and Pepsi, even though they're all owned by Pepsi, that's a terrible decision. Whatever. If you're not spending money on stupid fat American stuff on Sunday, go spend it on independent comics and back Zine and Jara. Nope. I just completely backwards that. Let's try that again. Go back Zara and Jean on Comics.one on Sunday. Support an indie creator making rad indie comics and support a platform that is doing its damnedest to make a good home for indie comics and, support each other and shop small on Sunday. Say F you to corporations like Bad Bunny did. Be like your hero, Bad Bunny, and say F you to big corporations. Shop small, eat from your mom and pop diner down the street, have a greaseball burger, and pay the extra money for that greaseball burger because it is going to be better for you than any of the wood powder filled nonsense that you're going to get from a big burger place. I ran out of words. My brain stopped working. I have no idea. Just don't F big corporations, support small. That's what I'm saying. Support local. Shop indie comics. Shop Comics.one. Back Zara and Jean. Let's give it a good launching day, huh? Let's do that. All right, now go do what's good for you. Make some art and take vitamin C and read some indie comics because I'm going to go to bed. Thanks for hanging out and dealing with my sick.